Good day everyone, welcome to another solution walkthrough on Leetcode Simplified. I'm Alan and today we will examine three methods to solve Leetcode 231 power of 2. Given an integer n, return true if it is power of 2, return false otherwise. With the exception of number 1, powers of 2 are positive even numbers obtained by repeatedly multiplying 2 by itself. For example, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on. We are going to explore three different ways to solve this problem, starting with the most intuitive and gradually improving our approach toward the most efficient version. Let's start simple with the iterative approach. If n is negative or 0, it's not a power of 2. If n is 1, that's a power of 2. Otherwise, as long as n is divisible by 2, keep dividing it by 2. At the end, if the result becomes 1, return true. It is the power of 2. Because we keep dividing by 2, the time complexity is big O log of n, and the space complexity is constant big O of 1. Alright, let's go ahead and submit this version. Boom! Accepted. Great. This version is the most straightforward, purely mathematical. Now let's express the same idea using recursion so we can practice the recursion concept. Our recursion follows the same logic. First, we again check if n is negative or 0, return false. First recursion base case, if n equals 1, return true. Second recursive base case, if n is not divisible by 2, return false. Otherwise, we keep calling the function with n divided by 2 until we either reach one of the base cases. Alright, let's submit this recursive version. Finger crossed. Voila, accepted. Wonderful. This recursive version is clean and logical. Time complexity is big O of log n, same as the iterative version. However, recursion adds overhead because the function calls stack, so the space complexity is big O of log n. Still, it's a good way to think recursively about the problem. Now, there's one more approach that's both elegant and extremely efficient, but we need to know a few binary tricks. In binary, a power of 2 always have exactly one bit set to 1. Look at the binary representations of 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32. They all have exactly one bit set to 1. If we subtract 1 from a power of 2, that single 1 bit and all bits after it becomes flipped. Then n bitwise n minus 1 equals 0. Let's rewrite the solution using this bitwise logic. Return true n is a power of 2 if it is positive n and bitwise n minus 1 equals 0. That's it. Let's submit. Moment of truth. Boom! Accepted. No loops. No recursion, just clever binary manipulation. This one-liner runs in constant time and constant space. We just examined three different ways to check if a number is a power of 2. Among all three, the bitwise versions is the most efficient and elegant, but understanding all three versions help you see how the logic evolves, from basic division to recursion concept to clean binary reasoning. If you enjoy this walkthrough and want to keep sharpening your problem-solving skill, check out my other videos right here on the channel. I'm Alan and this was Leetcode Simplified. Thanks for joining me and I'll see you in the next one.